Good morning. Here we are. 508 ice baths in a row. 508 this morning. It's 48 degrees, a little cooler out. 43 in the water. Saturday morning. Pretty sunny day. I like it. You guys are going to have a great Saturday. May 18th. I don't know how many of you have an affinity for May 18th like I do. But if you're my age or older, you probably remember May 18th, 1980, right? Mount St. Helen's Day is what I call it. Big deal. May 18th, 1980, the worst and most destructive volcanic eruption in the United States history. Mount St. Helens, just north of Portland, Oregon, just north of Vancouver, erupted. And it was a big deal, guys. If you're young, you don't know this, but it was a really big deal. It erupted a lot of times in just little small things. There was a lot of seismologists and geologists kind of tracking it. And then finally it blew up big time. It erupted for 9 hours on May 18th, 1980. Killed 57 people, about 7,000 big game animals, elk, deer, and bear, and 12,000, or 120,000 I think, fish. I mean, completely destroyed the Toutle River and did a lot of destruction. 15 miles of highway was destroyed. I mean, it was a big deal. There was ash everywhere. I mean, the day turned dark in the middle of the day. And there was ash covering everything. And it was an amazing event. I remember there were songs about it. You know, I don't know where I'm going to go when the volcano blows. You guys remember that song? This is all kinds of good stuff. But it's funny because I was flying just a couple of weeks ago, and I got some really good pictures of Mount St. Helens from the airplane. We flew right over it and to the north side. So it erupted toward the north. Luckily for Portland, it erupted toward the north because there's a lot more wilderness on the north side. The south side was Vancouver and Portland, so good thing it didn't erupt that way. But we flew in the airplane from Portland to Seattle, and I got some great images. And I was talking to the flight attendant because I was showing her the pictures, and she had no idea. She's probably in her 20s, I would guess. She was grew up in Texas, but based in Boise, Idaho, and flew to Seattle a lot on her normal route. And so she flew over Mount St. Helens a lot. She had no idea that it erupted in 1980. That made me feel really old. I was like, really? I said, why do you think the mountain looks the way it looks? And she's like, I don't know. I said, it used to be really smooth, like a perfect cone. It was a really pretty mountain when I was a kid. It had a perfect shape to it. Now it's flat on top, and then the whole north side is missing. Like, if you fly over, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it looks like it blew up. But I told her, yeah, it blew up in 1980. She had no idea. Obviously, she probably wasn't born until 2000. But it's just crazy how quickly we forget things. And that's what that made me think about was, okay, how do we care so much about what people think about us when literally in one generation, other than our family and really close people to our family, we're going to be forgotten already. That's what I started thinking, right? That was my brain. If she doesn't even know that Mount St. Helens blew up, and this was such a big deal. I mean, it was a big deal, guys. If you were alive in 1980, I was 10, you remember Mount St. Helens blowing up. And she doesn't even know. So it's like, yeah, I mean, so things change, Rick. Things change. People move on. So that's part of that when I'm working on, hey, letting go of the opinions of others. Why do we care about the opinions of others? Nobody even is going to care in one generation that we even existed anymore. So live your best life. Do what makes you happy. And don't give a crap about what other people think, right? That's the lesson. But today is May 18th. I'll never forget it. I was 10 years old. It was a big, impactful event in my life. I'll never forget Mount St. Helens blowing up. Do you guys remember that? Let me know in the comments where you were, what you were doing, if you remember the situation about how it blew up and what happened. What were you doing that day? We actually lived in Eugene, and we're going up to visit family friends on May 18th. And it was just crazy, the amount of ash on everything. Cars, it scratched everything, because ash is very kind of like glass. It's like sand, but it's raining ash from the skies, and everything was covered in it. So let me know if you remember that, where you were, and do you still think about it? Because I do. Every May 18th, I think about it, guys. Have a great day. 508's down this Saturday. Make it a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys, take care. Woo! Happy Volcano Day.